KS Government, Professor MD, Academics, Academics, University College of Engineering and Technology. Dr. S. Government is a passionate professor, boasting more than 50 years of combined experience in both academic and industry. His educational journey began with his bachelor's degree in Electronics and Communication Engineering from KS College of Technology, subsequently he pursued his postgraduate studies in Communication System at Anna University, Coimbatore, and further applied his doctorate in Information Communication Engineering, specialization in computer vision from Anna University. Throughout his tenure as a professor, Dr. Govardhan actively engaged in the mentoring and advancement of his students. His efforts extended to the initiation and completion of multiple funded projects from prestigious organizations such as DST, EDII, and NMEICT. Notably is your distinction as the youngest coordinator for a Signals and Systems workshop under NMEICT all around signal processing, image processing, deep learning, and computer vision, highlighting his comprehensive expertise in this field. We would like to invite Sir to deliver the session entitled Using AI in Teaching and Learning in HTX.
Respected Principal, respected Director IPAC, Dr. Balli Madam, respected Placements, Director Placements, Dr. Ekma Sir, heads of various departments, faculty from Manipur Institute of Technology and various other institutes. I extend a warm welcome, greetings to one and all, good morning to one and all over here. So, it's my pleasure to address the gathering on the field of AI, which is a buzzword today, that too in the field of education. So we being teachers, over a period of 10 years, we will not be called as teachers or professors. We will be called only as mentors. So where the word mentor will come from. So it is based on the technology advancement and which has been incorporated in the NEP 2020, which was introduced by Tarini Kannan sir, who are the Director Studies. So how to cooperate with the challenges, we will take it forward. And moreover, I wanted this session to be very interactive, right, because we are taking post pre-lunch, it's a pre-lunch session. We will take it more interactive so that we will have our problems to be solved in a very better way. Right. So, starting from, let me first have a word from you. What do you think about AI? What do you think about AI? What's in your mind as AI? You can give it. So first of all, before that, can I know the audience first? How many of you are from engineering? How many of you are from engineering background? So almost everyone. Okay. So how many of you are from computer science background or the one who has used AI somewhere around? Somewhere. I am not asking only in this part. Very good. Only a few. Right. So we will come to know what are the challenges that we are facing and how to solve it with the topic. So first let us start with the introduction of AI. See, I don't want to read out those definitions or something. It is kind of thing like a computer-based system standing before you and performing the task whatever being intended by a human being. It can speak to you, it can act to you, it can dance with you, it can sing with you, whatever the things you may add it up, it will do. And how these actions are performed, it is very fascinating. Right? Without a proper training, it cannot do everything. Without a proper training, there is no system called as AI. So where does this training come from? It is only because of the human data sets that we provide to it. So since not more people are from the computer science background, I will keep my sessions very simple in technical aspects. I will called as machine learning and the second one is deep learning. So these are the two major aspects which is driving the entire AI community today. So this AI specifically, right? So you can see in this slide itself, the AI is an umbrella that encompasses wide variety of technologies including machine learning, deep learning and natural language processing. So this natural language processing is where this AI has been scaled up to robots, where it can interact as like human beings. Now before this NLP, there are two terms by the name of machine learning and as well as deep learning. So next, so my part is specifically I wanted to focus much on education. What are the parameters where the AI can be used? So before we discuss, so as a teacher and being that even from IPAC, can you tell me what is the main challenge you face as a teacher? Anyone? You can give the mics. What is the main challenge you have? Definitely it's not going to be teaching. Everyone doesn't have the complexity in teaching. But there are some things which will make you to stop. Can you name some of the things please? Anyone? Okay sir. So
Updating with the current trends because the trends keep on changing.
sir, please.
The thing is, we see the technology is growing. The technology is growing drastically day by day.
Yeah.
As a teacher, I feel it difficult to cope up with that change so that it could be beneficial to the students.
Yeah. So technology adaptation within the classrooms is a big challenge. Very good. Next sir.
Sir, previously we have got a teacher-centric approach.
Teacher?
Teacher-centric approach.
Yeah.
Right. Now we go against student-centric approach.
Yeah.
Wherein students have got almost all the scope. They have got everything in their hand actually.
Yes, sir.
So what's the need? Where is my role?
Yeah.
It's a
So
very
don't
question
worry,
mark.
I will tell you what are the
That is
ways
what I
that
mean.
you will be honored as a teacher. Definitely, this AI is not going to kill you. I'm just telling you, just not for SAR's answer, I'm just telling you in common, right? It's not going to kill you. So more than student-centric, it has now become outcome-based. You have to follow up on a student, not only inside a classroom, inside the 4 years. After 4 years, what the student has done, you have to give the report. Are you aware of it?
And to be very frank, you have what do you call teenager named teacher, and you have
So
the
that is
mentor.
the main
Right?
challenge. So that is the main challenge. You cannot follow up on a student until after. That is, you have to keep your student as a mentor for 8 years. Is it possible? It is possible, but without an additional technology, it cannot be done. So that is where my point is. Yes. Sir. Any other points? Okay, let me come to the ground level and tell you the truth. Sir, a teacher has been given with the subject, you have been recruited over here. It happens in every institute. You have been recruited over here. You have to teach, that's your primary job. Second thing will be focused on your, what is it called? File maintenance. Have you heard about it? Definitely. You are an NAC accredited institute, MVIT accredited institute, progressing towards autonomous. The main challenge that we have is file maintenance. How many files does a teacher have? Can anyone number it? Can anyone number it? How many files?
We keep on adding. We keep on adding. So it is not a
So that today, out of my career, sir, the files are not decreased at all. It has keep on increased. But the teacher didn't change. Teacher was the same person who was doing all these things and it was kept at. So now this is the right thing that I wanted to introduce AI in this education. So it has a wide range of tasks that can be performed starting from your lesson planning and administration automation, even surveillance of the students. So that is, these are the common things that I have put it across. We will go into deep when traversing towards the science. Next, see here is the history of AI in education. When you take the history of AI, it started in the year of 1950s, but I don't want to introduce AI history. I wanted to introduce AI in education, where the things started. So we are speaking about natural language processing today, but this NLP has been started in the year of 1950s, where they developed a program to interact with humans. It asked some questions that was answered by humans. So that is called as ELISA. That's the first thing that was developed. It was in the 1950s to 60s. Second, again in the same years, they had one more system called as stand up, which is a tutor-based system to monitor the activities of the student. So they did with again a program was there which got the aspects of the students which monitor. This was the second development. And from 60s to 70s to 80s is where the articulation begins. We had a journal in artificial intelligence in education where all the systems were articulated and it was distributed across. That is where actually the repository of knowledge taken place. And from 90s to 2000, it's a vast development that I can say, where the first robot by the name of Deep Blue, developed by IBM, defeated one of the leading world champions, Kasparov, in the days, right, chess champion in the days. And second was the development of MOOCs, massive online open courses. So these developments happens between 1990s to 2000s. And moreover, from 2010, it was the chat GPTs. So everyone is using GPTs today, right? How many of you people have used chat GPT? Can you raise your hands, please? So it is very interesting that more than 40% of the people have used. That's very good. So this chat GPT didn't actually it was unveiled in the year of November 2022, but where the base work was done, it was done in the year of 2010, where they introduced the GPT. Now we are using GPT 3.5. Now it is going to be evolved into 4.5, where it is going to be a subscription model, right? So next, then came the reviewing and plagiarism checker, the Turnitin. I believe Turnitin everyone knows, right? And last came the generative AIs, where a human-like robots will be interacting with the humans, taking up your problems, giving approachable solutions for the same. So this is the evolution of AI. You can see that the bigger umbrella is the artificial intelligence, where it compasses of machine learning and as well as deep learning. Now, if you go further, there is reinforcement learning is happening. After reinforcement learning, there comes a prompt engineering. So there are a lot of developments that has come. So I have given an overview of what the advancements in the AI are. So going with the introduction, see there are why AI is open today is that because of the applications. Sir, whatever the device it may be, even humans, right? If you want yourself to be checked in a hospital, right? They will insert a chip inside you. Have you noticed? I don't know, right? So they will insert a chip inside your blood. It will calculate your blood count. It will calculate what are the diseases that you have. Even the heart blockages can be detected in 2 minutes. That is what the advancement that the AI brought. So based on these applications, the penetration of AI has done a lot to this industry. And next, this chat GPT, that is called generative AI, and again I will introduce the generative AI in the next slides. So what happened is again, for example, there is an Alexa, right? It comes with a small speaker. Alexa is integrated with the speaker. If it is integrated with the speaker, you ask the Alexa to play a song, it will play. That too within its limits, what the limits it has. It never plays a song on its own, definitely. You understood? That is called as PK. It will perform a task that it has been designed for. Similarly, an Alexa being incorporated in an AC, it will turn on the AC, it will change the temperature, or it will turn off the AC. That's it. It cannot do anything further. So that type of AIs are called as weak AIs. And now what is a strong AI? And that's why I given you an example of a robot. It will perform all the actions. It will have the decision making capabilities, right? It will have even the senses now people are seeing, right? So this is called a strong AI. And one perfect example for the strong AI is self-driving cars, not driverless cars. I am speaking about self-driving cars. Self-driving cars, for example, Tesla. Why Tesla has not been introduced in our city is that because of the traffic complications. We have a lot of complications. We cannot expect a person to be following the rules straight away as per done in foreign countries. The population density, right? So those type of self-driving cars will follow the rules that you propagate into it, as well as it will also take up its decisions on its own. That is called a strong AI. And we are developing this in the development phase. As of now, it is not in use. So next, AI in education. Why do we need? The first reason is available at any given time. Right? So what if your student calls you at night 12 o'clock? Then immediately the student will get into fear that I will be fired tomorrow. Yes or no, sir? We don't have the guts to call to a professor, but even after 10, right? I believe so, right? I don't know whether all the professors have the bandwidth to accommodate the student every time. Practically, it is not possible. But when they have an AI system, they can take up their help at any point of time. Second, various options due to students can see. A student will not reveal all his complications right away to the mentor. And even the mentor cannot find out all his complications right away. So he can discuss with the AI whatever he has been, and he can get the things whatever he needs. And third one is automatic curriculum creation. See, now we follow a curriculum that has universities. Going forward, there will be a curriculum based on the student needs. He may be good in something. He may be slow in something. A student with special needs like visual impairment, autism. See, there are a lot of diseases that we even not studied when we studied our science groups, right? There are a lot of diseases today which I cannot discuss. So these special needs also will require a separate curriculum, not the curriculum as like the normal curriculum. So that type of curriculum is possible with respect to AI. Next, virtual mentors. Again, I told you, mentor availability 24/7. Opportunity to find good teacher. Here is what the channel. See, now if you want to study a course, you believe that there will be only one material available. How many? See, for example, I take up a subject of signal processing. When I go and search with the internet, I have been given minimum of 10 videos of the same topic. Yes or no? So similar is what is AI. You can find the right teacher, you can ask the right teacher, you can find the right teacher, and you can go with your special needs also. Right? Next, automate admin tasks. So admin task is scheduling a class, grading the class, right? Grading the student, follow up on the assessments. So these are some admin tasks we have to take it up. That can also be automated. And individualized learning. I told you about personalized learning based on the student needs. Next is voice assistants. See, there will be people who will be visually impaired. So for those type of students, it is voice assistants are necessary to deliver them the lectures to them. Even they have missed out the classes, they can hear the lectures through the AIs. Next, again, AI offers a lot of opportunities to share the knowledge in various forms. Today the assignments are carried out in paper. Going forward, these assignments will be in ways of infographics. It will be a combination of text and numbers and also graphs. So next it will be in terms of presentations, right? So there are now the scope is very open for the student to present his own assignments. Now next is tutoring and support outside the classroom. Again, disturbing a professor inside a classroom is permitted. Outside a classroom, maybe. It may be an offense today, but when an AI is into the picture, then it will not be a problem. So again, game-based learning. So if you want to deliver a topic to a student, you can develop games on it so that you can engage the students in a very better way and develop. So how AI is used? There are three major things. One is personalized learning based on the student needs, what they require, analyzing their strengths and weaknesses, and give a personalized learning. That is what is happening. Second one is classroom management. A classroom management starts from a circular where the class has been assigned, what is the curriculum and everything. You have to forward all those things, and you have to assess the students, you have to grade the students. So these comes under classroom management. And last one is the analytics. So you have to analyze the student. I believe since you are into quality parameters, definitely you will be classifying the students into strong students and progressive students. So when the strong students are there, you can take it up with a different kind of curriculum. For the progressive students, you have to follow a different kind of curriculum. So that can be analyzed with the help of you. Next comes the generative AI. So why this generative AI has grabbed everyone's attention is that, see, whatever you ask, it will give you some new content searching from everywhere, accumulating the content from everywhere, giving you a one that is blended, right? It will give you a mixed bag of words which will be very new to us and easy to understand, right? So this information will never be only in terms of words. It can be in terms of images. If you ask images, it will give you images. If you ask you statistics, it will give you statistics, and so on. So that's the reason this generative AI has grabbed everyone's attention. And these generative have to spell out the Tamil, what do you call it, உயிரெழுத்து. So உயிரெழுத்துக்களை சொல்லணும் அப்படின்னா 12 உயிரெழுத்துக்களை சொல்லணும் அப்படின்னா நீங்கள் வந்து you have to train them. சரிங்களா? கண்டிப்பாக அது ஒரு டேட்டா செட் மாதிரி போட்டு எப்படி பார்த்தாலும் அது ஆண் பார்த்து சொல்லணும். சரிங்களா? So that is a data set. That's the data set. That data set forms the base for the generative AI. And why it is not going to be one or two types of data. This ChatGPT can be used in any application. That is what the scope it has got. Now, for training this ChatGPT is not going to be a simple task. It needs tons and tons of data in any form. Tons and tons of data. It requires vast amount of data which has to be stored and it has to be trained. You can ask the question, sir, 2010 the GPTs have been evolved. What made the ChatGPT to come only in 2022? That is what is called training and testing. Right? So for training you need lots of data, and you compare yourself what the computer you used in 2010, what is the type of computer you are using in 2023. Yes or no? I believe a TB is a very minimal data today. A TB of data, a terabyte of data is very minimal today. Whereas a TB of data in 2010 is not at all accommodable. Right? Even it is not at all affordable by the institutions. Right? So we have generated, this is the reason for the day of the implementation of ChatGPT. Next, see, I take here an example of ChatGPT. Again, most of the people who have been actively involved. I take this as an application. I will tell you what are the applications you can use as a teacher. So first, as a ChatGPT as a diligent admin assistant, it can be used in managing classroom logistics and announcements. I told you about the circulars. I told you about the class information, how many students are there, what are the syllabuses you have to look into, what regulation you come under. These information can be managed with the help of ChatGPT. Again, facilitate communication. Facilitate in the sense, if you feel a student of different needs is not communicating to you in a very better way, you can ask the ChatGPT like, say a student has different needs, these type of needs, help me how to communicate with the specific student. You can ask, that will help you in facilitating the communication. Next, college application advice. For example, you are a mentor for the student for the 4 years. Immediately the student will come, sir, next year I wanted to join in the US. I wanted to know about the college. I wanted to know the application process. You can ask ChatGPT, right? So, my student wants application process. It will give you the following applications, right? Next, write recommendation letters for the university, whatever you want. Next, ChatGPT as an ingenious lesson planner. So, lesson planning is one of the most important tasks for every teacher which has to be performed before the classwork starts. So this lesson plan, actually what we do a mistake is that we plan in a general way as we did it in a traditional manner. We have the syllabus, we will put it across in the things what we can deliver. But actually the lesson planner should not be like this. It should be based on the needs of the students of the specific class. So how to take it forward? We will do the research and gather relevant content and links for your research. See, these links, every topic, I believe, you will be following various pedagogies, am I right? You will be following a whiteboard presentation, you will be following a PPT presentation mode, you will be following a video tutorial, you will be following a seminar approach, assignment approach, yes or no sir? Right. So for all these things, it is not that, see, whatever the topics, if you say a definition, the students get bored with these things, honestly speaking. Right? We will get, sir, these definitions are there in the books, tell me something new. So where you will get some new content, this is where you can use this chat. Again, structure a detailed lesson plan based on the student needs. General discussion on lesson prompts. See, these prompts are the interesting areas where the topic can be employed. Right? This you can include in your lectures. Right? You can find it in the chat GPT. Again, create instant worksheets and exercises. So whenever you wanted to worksheet, you can ask ChatGPT on this topic, give me a worksheet which consists of 5 exercises. It may include 5 MCQs, 2 fill in the blanks, and so on. So you can ask it, you will give it, immediately you can copy paste, you can present it during the classroom. So this way you can automate your tasks. Next, in the field of research, brainstorming and information gathering. So this we cannot avoid as a teacher. First one is teaching, second one comes to the research, right? So that's what I told you. After 10 years, we will not be called as teachers or professors. We will be called only as mentors. We will be as a research institution where we will be awarding a degree based on his credits. And believe in me, most students will join ECE, will join CSE, will join mechanical or whatever the branches will belong to. They will join only engineering, right? Based on their interest, they may choose the credits. That's why academic bank of credits are in the picture, as introduced by Sir in the morning, right? So based on this accumulation of the credits, at the end, based on you have being a research mentor, you have to allocate him a project, that to a multidisciplinary project. You cannot put them promptly into electronics. You cannot put them into computer science theory. It should be a multidisciplinary research where 2 to 3 mentors should be involved and the degree has to be awarded. So this is what is going to happen in 10 years, and for which we need to have a multidisciplinary approach to the students. So how to gather? So this is why it starts from idea generation. So I believe every research scholar, whenever he is about to be enrolled in for a PhD, the first question they are about to ask is what the problem you are solving. Am I right? Yes or no, sir? What the problem you wanted to solve, which area you belong to. So, lot of people will not have an innovative idea of the problem. You can get it from ChatGPT. Again, guidance on effective research methodologies and data collection technique. This is what your literature survey needs to be. Next, hypothetical scenario to flow in brainstorming session. So, you can create a scenario, and for a topic that you are about to deliver, you can create a scenario, ask ChatGPT for a scenario, it will give it to you. You can ask it for your students, in this scenario, what type of answers you will be looking at. Right? You can use that. Then concept exploration, not only the books, right? It will give you from n number of resources where you can go with a vast idea to deliver it to you. And the last one is mind mapping. See, every professor, now the subjects are evolving. Definitely, last 10 years, when I see, there is a vast change in subjects, there is new addition in subjects, right? Even branches are being new, right? So the professors are being entitled to take up some new subjects then and there. You cannot say I am an expert in signal processing for 10 years. No, signal processing will vanish in over a period, right? So it is our need to go into new things. So this, whenever you take up a new subject or a topic to be delivered, the first thing comes your mind what are the topics I have to cover. So that is called as mind map. You can ask ChatGPT what is the give me the mind map of the following topic. So it will give you what is the topic you have to cover first, what are its subtopics, what you have to go next. So this will help you in breaking it down. Next, the next most parameter is the student engagement and collaboration. So engaging the students is very tough, right? Go into your classroom, you make them to listen to you. That is the, if you make it up, then you are the biggest professor in this. You must be an award. Right? It is very tough today, asking them to listen to you for the next 50 minutes. Now, how to make them engaging? There are some strategies that we can follow. One is generate instant quizzes. While going to the classrooms itself, you can ask, put up in ChatGPT and get some quizzes for your topics, which you can ask. Second one is engage with ChatGPT as a game partner in the classroom. So, for example, you are delivering a lecture on leadership, then you can ask ChatGPT to give a game so that you can inculcate this leadership as a game. Third one is virtual debate afforded. See, you have some doubts in a topic. Earlier, when I started my career, there used to be a senior professor over there who will be my mentor. Whenever I had any doubts towards my topic, I used to reach out to them. Definitely, this time will be very limited. I have to be very clear in my questions that I have to ask. I have to go with them, get the right answers at the right time. If the time passes, then I have to leave the chamber, that is, there is no other options. Now, there is an option. If you have any doubts towards any of your topics, like maybe mathematical, it may be analytical, or it may be non-analytical. So you can have a ChatGPT as your virtual opponent, put up your doubts in it, you can get the answers. You can have it as a debate. Next, interactive storytelling. You find the student to be not engaging with your teaching methodologies. You can introduce the topic as a story, an impressive story. Next, role-playing scenarios. You can involve students in role plays for the topic. Next, field trip guide. You wanted to go for an industrial visit to a new area, you can explore as ChatGPT and going to the field trip for this place. Give me some ideas. So it will give you some facts based on history and science. And last one is interactive classrooms. Again, I told you this interactive classroom games has to be built based on the topics. Next is the gamification. See, when students like today, you tell them I am going to deliver a lecture, they won't be there seeing you with a smiling face. Again, why madam? It is nothing new why you wanted to mention the same. Right? If you tell them today we will have a game, then automatically they will be into your lecture. Right? So they will be much more focused on it. This interesting is that based on the class points, you can ask, I am about to classify my students based on a game. Give me the various point systems where I can engage my students. So this point can be, and you can have some missions and challenges for your games. Right? You achieve this one, you get this points. You achieve this one, you get this points. Right? Over there. The mission is that you get 5 right marks for the quizzes, your points will be this one. So this is what quizzes and tests and lessons also you can train with you for your topics. And cooperative challenges. For example, leadership kind of subjects in management. You can analyze what is the requirement of the corporates, and you can get those challenges, you can incorporate those things in your lecture. Next, build leaderboards. You can categorize the students and build leaderboards who stands first, second and everything. And those categories also will be given by the ChatGPT. And next is progress tracking and suppose some students are not at all progressing or involving in your classroom. You can have their progress there itself. You can give the feedback to them according to their progress. Next. So it is not only ChatGPT into picture. ChatGPT was developed by OpenAI, and there are 2 other competitors also in the field. So one is ChatGPT, second one is Bing AI and Google Bard. So Bing AI was developed by Microsoft and Google Bard was developed by Google. So these are the generative progressive transformers which have been developed by every company. And not every transformer will be good in everything. Right? You have to specifically select the transformer based on your requirement. For example, first one is for the whenever you are working on data analysis and statistics, you wanted to be more precise in your data, then you have to use big AI. Then if you want to be very creative in your responses, right, you wanted to give a creative thing to your creative stories you wanted to mention to your topics, then you have to use ChatGPT. Third one, if you want to be giving more pictorial representation of your topics, then you should be selecting again big AI. The last one, when you wanted to be more precise with respect to total fast responses, you wanted, see, I am bored today, let me engage. You want fast responses, you can again use ChatGPT or me, right? So the prominent thing what we know is only ChatGPT, but there are other people which they are very good at, right? So you have to define your use case where I have to use them. Next. So these are all chatbots. Until now, what we have seen is, if you ask them, they will give you a solution. Right? Now we will be seeing about a non-chatbot. It is not a chatting. You have to feed the inputs. If you give the inputs, it will give you some decorative outputs, whatever the forms you will. First one is admin assistance. So admin assistance in the sense I am asking about the attendance, analysis of a student in terms of marks, right? So these things come under admin assistance, and these can be done by these three tools: Zapier, Google Classroom, and Khan Academy. So these three are free to use. You can use whatever it may be. I believe in Google Classroom you can integrate with your domain ID. It is very easy to use because in COVID it was very famous, and there are also other things, Zapier and Khan Academy. Next one is assessment graders. See, in assessment, again the formally very the grade scope. I have the next slide which I will be mentioning you the best tools. This I have populated all the tools that are available. I will give you the next slide which will be showing you the best tools what you can use for this. So first one is A assessment graders. You can use the grade scope or smart grade or positive. Again, A graders, you know Turnitin. I believe whoever be involved in the research paper writing, you will be knowing Turnitin. Apart from Turnitin, there is also in Combinix. Again, image and video generators, we have a lot of stories over there, and typically in AI or the last use. Again, lesson planners are there. You can run them as a co-pilot along with you. So they will run the simulate the lesson plan for you. What topics should be delivered first, second, third. It will give you the lesson plan. Next, use makers. See, for example, class point A. Suppose this is my slide. I can attach my tool kit by the name of class point A. If I click on that slide, it will read that slide, give the specific questions for this slide. So this is an impressive tool, you can try it out. The last one is presentation makers, which is presentations A and slides 4. So now, out of those things, these things I find to be very catchy for all the teachers to use. First one, for instant PowerPoint slides, from PowerPoint slides, you can, as mentioned, you can use class point A. Bot, if you want to write a letter, right, you wanted to mix it up with new words, again you can use Quillbot for it, right? Again, this can be used for innovative research paper writing also, right? Again, PowerPoint speakers will be helping you in PowerPoint presentation improvement and rehearsal, as well as slides AI will be improving your from the text to slide generation. It will immediately transfer your text to slide. Is that which will help you on lesson planning and worksheet handles and etc. And grade scope will help you in grading the students based on their feedbacks from all the students. Again, we have already gives you the real-time feedback and assessment dictation. So I will be sharing you all these slides. Don't worry. Try to use it up one-on-one so that your admin task. That's why the first question I asked you: what is the burden as a teacher that we are facing with MVIT 2020? This is the admin task. We will be very good at teaching, but when we ask about the files, that is where the real challenge comes in. So you can use all these tools one by one, so that you can your pedagogy will be improved, your way of teaching will be improved, as well as you will be in line with the file management. Next. So these are all the benefits of AI. I don't know whether it is visible to you. So first thing is that it is the personal assistant. Every one of us will have a teaching methodology, unique teaching methodology. No, none of us are same. Am I right? You take a same subject signal processing, I take a same subject signal processing. Both of us are not going to deliver the same mode or same way, right? So our approach is different. So if our approaches are different, we need some methodologies to be followed. You can study one problem and you can solve 10 problems. Whereas I have to study 10 problems so that I can solve one problem. Right? My method is different. Okay? So everyone is different over here. So we need personal assistance. Second one is automatic grading. So once the biggest challenge that the exams are people, I don't know whether the exams are people are here. Yeah, yes sir, then it will be right. Sir, can you assure that all the faculty will submit the marks to you at the correct deadline, sir? Sorry, principal maybe over here. Right. Okay, sir, can you assure? Is it possible, sir? No, we as a teachers, we should give the right things that it is not at all possible for us. Because we have n number of challenges with us. Yes sir, no, n number of goals to play. So this, once we are doing our assessments with the help of AI, our grades will be automatically driven and will be sent. We need not to worry about those things. Right? Next is AI plagiarism. See, from here on, as I told, the modes of presentation of an assignment will not only be in the mode of pen and paper. It will come to you in various forms. How you are about to judge a student or mark a student. Right? So this is where you have to involve in AI practices to detect the plagiarisms. They might have copied, right? There are plagiarism checkers which will catch you up if they have taken the same words from ChatGPT or RDA. Okay, so there are some tools try to incorporate it which will enhance our evaluation methodologies. And the last is admin assistance, as I had already told you. Again, increase the student engagement. If you have lot of methodologies to teach a student, then automatically the students get engaged. Again, instant quiz generation will be there for each and every topics which you can make them engage. Again, before this lesson planning, if you ask the teacher to plan the lesson before the start of the course, then that is the biggest punishment you give to the teacher. Right? The teacher will come to you, sir, I have not read the syllabus itself, how can you ask the lesson? I don't know how many teachers are complaining like this. Okay, but if you give the syllabus, it will automatically draft your plan, which will be helpful for you to develop also. And last one is automated slide creation. You give the content, it will give you the slide contents. That's it. Very simple. Next. See, this is the most important. Okay, sir, you are mentioning AI is everything. Can we inculcate today? There are a lot of challenges. That this is most important before incorporation. First one is data privacy and security risk. There is no security for your data, whatever you put it as. Right? You believe in your password, tomorrow the password will be hacked. So those security risks are still there. It is progressive. Second one is loss of human connections. Sir, simple. You are enrolling a child in a school. Why do you enroll? What is the reason you enroll a child in a school? Can anyone tell me? Why we enroll? Based on the infrastructure of the school you enroll?
No, sir.
Tell me.
We were not able to cater the knowledge requirement of the child.
Yeah. So we need to cater the knowledge requirements of a child. If I tell you, sir, I have 10 robots for your child, which will teach you everything the child needs. Don't worry, enroll. Will you enroll? Will you enroll?
Socialization.
Right? Sir, நான் கரெக்டாக தமிழ்லேயே வரேன் சார். சரிங்களா? இந்த விஷயத்துக்கு உள்ள போ, அப்பா இருக்கிறாரு, நீ வாங்கின மாட்டுக்கு திட்டுவாரு, அடிப்பாருன்னு சொன்னா பையன் போயிருக்கும். ஏன் போவான் அப்படின்னா அப்பா தானே அப்படின்னு போவான். அடுத்தது உள்ள போ ஒரு மிஷின் செஞ்சு வச்சிருக்கேன், அது கொஞ்சம் அடிச்சு எடுத்து வாங்க அப்படின்னு சொன்ன பையன் போவாங்க. சார் அவனுக்குள்ள ஒரு பயம் வரும். Because it doesn't have a control. Emotional control is there. That defines everything. Why we are humans, not machines அப்படிங்கிறது emotional control. That is there. Right? So that is again bias and discrimination. That is what I told you. You feed in an AI system that he is a slow learner. அவன் கடைசி வரைக்கும் slow learner-ஆவே வச்சுப்பான். It will never allow him to migrate into a fast learner. So this is one of the main drawbacks that over reliance on AI technology. Today a lot of diseases we used to see bipolar disorder. அப்படின்னு ஒரு வார்த்தையை நான் சயின்ஸ் ஸ்டூடெண்ட் தான், நானும் என்ட்ரன்ஸ் எக்ஸாம் மெடிக்கல் எக்ஸாம்ஸ்லாம் எழுதியிருக்கேன். I also scored 200 out of 200 in biology. I didn't hear about this bipolar disorder because of the overuse of the social media. Depression, anxiety, these are all become diseases today. You have to address the student based on these diseases. You cannot go them and shout like all other students, right? If the AI doesn't know it. That's what the challenge is. The over reliance. If you inculcate AI, then they will be stick only to the phones. That is the biggest challenge that we have. The last one is loss of creativity. No one knows what to write in the first sentence. If you ask them to write a letter without a ChatGPT, no one will. This is one of the problems. So, my final thoughts. As I have mentioned, first thing was if AI is introduced, we as a teachers will lose our jobs. Definitely, here the answer is no. Because I have highlighted a lot of points. The first one is the emotional connect, what you have with the student. If technology cannot give answers for 24 hours, a teacher with his own emotional intelligence can convince the student in 5 minutes. That is where we teachers stand ourselves. So never think that this AI can kill all your jobs. Second thing, artificial intelligence has helped many teachers to cope up with their workload. So this is very true. Why I am telling you is that, as I mentioned, we are not only teachers, we have to be mentors. And these mentors require a lot of documents to be maintained. It has to be something that also. This workload management can be easily progressed with the help of AI. And the role of artificial intelligence and in teaching and learning cannot be quantified. You cannot put up a number. It can only perform 5 tasks, not 6 tasks. No, cannot. Can be involved in all the tasks, but there is a limitation. Right? Last but not least, again, there is a great need for artificial intelligence in aspect of teaching and learning. We teachers are not going to be replaced by AI in any time, believe in me. But if we fail to have a brief knowledge, or if we don't inculcate those AI practices into teaching and learning, definitely the machines are going to kill us. So this will happen. Never let it happen. And by this time, I complete all my slides. Very thank you for your time. If you have any questions, you can put it across. The session is open for questions. So anyway, I will share details along with mail irrigation. So moreover, the researcher in computer vision, I am also exploring my wings into AI, where I wanted to develop a product for the teaching and learning process. So I thank Dr. Valli ma'am for inculcating this quality assurance seminar in AI and also inviting me to be a guest lecturer over here. And thanks for the audience also for being patient in listening. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The transformative potential of AI in education represents a significantly highlighted this part of the seminar, sir.